guys, welcome back. I wanted to make this video about my experience with eating disorders. So I hope that this video kind of either just motivates you or inspires you to seek help if you're in that position, or to reach out to a friend or a family member or someone you know if you see that they're struggling. So my eating disorder began when I was 15 years old. And I guess the most important takeaway about this is that I thought I didn't have a problem. I thought it was just going to be like a one-time thing, that I had just done it for like a special occasion, that it was never going to happen again. And the truth of the matter is, if you develop these tendencies, it's something that you're going to repeat. It's not something that's just going to be like a one-time thing, but something that has the potential to kind of spiral out of control. So the first time I kind of took it upon myself to make myself throw up, I was 15, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was the victim of bullying. And a lot of the times people will look at models, whether they're like commercial models or whether they're like runway models, and think like they've never had to struggle in their life. And that's not true. As a child growing up, I was always the victim of bullying, and I always kind of got the short end of the stick when it came to gossip and people just talking about me behind my back. I was always chubby, and in high school, everybody around me that was popular was always stick thin or had like the coolest clothes, and for me that was a source of anxiety and of really low self-esteem. So I ended up going home one day from school and just thinking about what I had eaten that day and giving it way more importance than it really needed, and I made myself throw up, and I thought, you know what, that felt really good. And I thought, you know what, this is a good way for me to be able to eat what I want and maintain my weight. And the truth of the matter is, I thought so, but I ended up gaining weight anyway. I wasn't like this, throwing up all the time, and I was still eating enormous portions, and I still struggled with my eating the entire time I was in high school. My freshman year of college, things got a little bit better. I started doing more exercise, I started cutting down my portions to average portions, and I lost some weight. And everything was good, but at the end of my sophomore year of college, I had gained everything and then some. So I started trying to kind of cut down on my eating and trying to eat healthier, and I ended up doing Weight Watchers, and I was down to about 115, which is good for my 5'4", so I'm pretty short. And I thought, okay, I can do this. I'm healthy, I'm eating. It's not that I'm not eating, it's going really good. I ended up at the end of my third year of college turning to food and using it as a comfort. And I guess that because of that, I didn't give much importance to being healthy or doing anything other than just lying in my bed and eating. And I got to the point where I was eating like family-sized portions. I would grab a whole delivery pizza that's meant for like 5 people and eat it just lying down in bed. And I started to not feel good about myself. But like a vicious cycle, the more I felt bad for myself, the more I ate. And of course, that kind of piled on. People's comments were really hurtful. And I went home, and over the summer, I made it my life mission to lose weight however I could. And for me, I realized that being a bulimic just meant maintaining weight, so I decided to start counting calories. And for my entire senior year of college, I was down to about 200 calories a day. And of course, I started losing weight rapidly. I was about 80 pounds by the end of like December, but it was awful, guys. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, that there is a happy medium between being chunky and being scary thin. I went to one extreme and then the other. And what I realized is that being scary thin doesn't mean you're beautiful. And it doesn't mean that you're gonna get good attention. People started bullying me for being too thin now. And it's something that had never dawned on me, that I could go from being the chubby one or the fat one to being the one that everyone was like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Is she sick? It was awful. So also, when you develop an eating disorder, you trade in so many things, not just your physical attributes and like you start getting sick, but you literally trade in your enthusiasm for life simply for a lower pant size. I just became prone to headaches. I would get dizzy and black out. I couldn't even get up from bed without passing out. I couldn't walk more than 2 steps without getting winded. And because of that, I wasn't able to meet up with my friends. I didn't have the energy to go out at night. I didn't have the energy to meet up for lunch. I wanted to avoid all social settings because I didn't want to get forced into eating. It was awful. And for me, I guess the wake-up call was actually someone just saying, hey Gabby, which was actually a teacher of mine. She pulled me aside and said, hey Gabby, listen, I've noticed that this is occurring. I've noticed that you're losing a lot of weight, and I've been in that position, and I promise you, life is so much better on the other side. And I had heard it before. It's not that I hadn't heard people say like, oh yeah, Gabby, you know, it's okay, you'll recover. I'd heard that many times before. But I guess what sparked and inspired me to get healthy and get active and get help more than anything was someone saying, I've been there. And she told me about her story, and I realized that it wasn't very different from mine. I realized that she was basically me. And really just being able to see someone else that has been in that position and is able to assure me 100% that things do get better was life-changing. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And guys, life will get 110% better, I promise, and I will stick by that 100% if you just are able to realize that it's not so much whether you're a size 0 or a size 2 or a size 12, but it's about your confidence and your happiness and how you see yourself. It's all about how you feel, not so much about how you look. And I think that I can speak for most of us, if not all of us, when I say that I have met people, whether it's personally or even in the modeling industry, who are plus size models, that are the most beautiful people I have ever met. And what makes them attractive isn't their size or their weight. It is how they conduct themselves. It's how happy they are, or how confident, or how sweet or caring they are. And you know what? Sometimes it's their eye shape, or sometimes it's their hair, or sometimes it's just their mannerisms that make them them and that make them so pretty. So I hope that this video either inspires you to realize that you are beautiful and you are worth getting help, or that it even just inspires you to reach out to someone, perhaps a family member or someone at school that you see is struggling. It really does make a world of difference for someone to just reach out and lend a hand. So I hope this video was interesting and useful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So like, comment, subscribe, and message me if you want someone to talk to or if you just need some advice, and I'll see you guys in my next video.